So guess who's on today? We have Talei, a professional face puncher, a boxer, all the way from New Zealand. Welcome, Talei. Thank you for being on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Firstly, you go by the name Montmartyr on Instagram. How did that come about? Why Montmartyr? I'm quite keen to find out.
Oh, I love Paris. Montmartre is my favorite part in Paris. And I just thought it sounded a little bit goth. I quite liked it.
Yeah. You've traveled quite a bit with boxing, yeah? Paris, your favorite city?
I'm not with boxing, but yeah, I've done a lot of traveling. And I have to say Paris is hands down my favorite.
Yeah.
Would 10 out of 10 move there if I could.
Why are you not moving there?
Well, COVID.
Yeah. You would have?
Pardon?
You would have? If it wasn't for COVID?
No, I'm pretty settled in New Zealand, to be honest. And I love Paris, but also, to be honest, New Zealand's a pretty great country. We're pretty lucky here.
That's very true. The weather as well, yeah.
Not in Wellington so much. Yeah, but yeah, no, it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, you've gone to quite a bit of cities around the world. Was it through boxing or just your own leisure trips?
Just my own.
Yeah.
I've been very, very fortunate. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Sorry?
Maybe one day with boxing.
Oh, so the boxing you've just been in New Zealand?
Yes.
How did it come about? How did you choose boxing? One day you came up, you thought like it would be good to punch a couple of faces and then you got into it, or what was it? Was it self-defense? What was it?
So I got into it in my mid-20s. I had been a competitive swimmer through all of my childhood and adolescence. And then when I got to my 20s, I didn't want to do it anymore. So I stopped exercising altogether and put on quite a bit of weight. And I was just at the point where I was just feeling a bit down about myself, wanting to get fit again, wanting to feel good about myself again. And my dad at the time was into boxing, or he still is. He was encouraging me to come down to the local boxing club near our house and just get into it for fitness. So I started training only about 2 days a week, but was really enjoying it, feeling sore after every session. Like you think you're fit and then you start punching. And there was a fight night coming up, and I thought, what a cool challenge. Like, why don't I just sign up for like an amateur fight? And so I went through a training camp for that, lost heaps of weight, which was the main goal, got fit, had the fight. I lost the fight, but the sense of achievement that I think I got out of it after the fight really made me motivated to keep going. So I got into boxing pretty fast and hard after that, actually. Like, sorry, I have cats.
No problem. I can see someone.
Yeah, so only a couple of months after that fight, I was training every single day, and I was training under an amazing woman called Daniela Smith, who is a world champion in her own right. And she just showed me that if you train hard enough, you get the experience behind you, you can do anything. So I'm still on that path, but it's been a few years now, and I still love it.
Yeah, it's quite fun, doesn't it?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, definitely getting punched in the face at first. It's an adjustment.
Yeah.
And I remember the first couple of times I was sparring, I just felt like crying afterwards because it's such a confrontational feeling.
Oh, wow.
But now I get punched in the face all the time now, and you don't think about it.
Can't get used to it.
Yeah, you do. It's all about, I think, adjustment and moving your body in a different way. Like with any sport, I guess. Yeah.
So are you still professional, or are you
So
still
at the moment,
professional?
I'm an amateur boxer at the moment. The goal is definitely to go professional.
Okay.
I have a plan. This year's been a little bit disruptive to that plan.
Obviously, yeah.
I was hoping this year to have gone over to Australia to compete, but COVID. But I like 2020 has been interesting for me personally outside of the various world events. In February, I injured my foot really, really badly. It was just I just sprained my ankle, but I was in a moon boot for a couple of months, and even now, if I train, if I have a hard training session, my foot bruises up. So I'm still kind of getting over that injury and just making sure that the next time I fight, I'm feeling confident in my foot.
Yeah. You don't put a lot of weight in it now? You cannot put a lot of weight in it? Or?
I'm training what I feel is back to normal.
Okay.
But I'm not confident in it. So if I'm doing sprints or lateral jumps and things like that, you've got to use your ankle for stability. It's
more a mental thing than a physical thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, how was training during COVID and all the disruption? Was there a fight that you had to cancel, or?
I wasn't signed up for any fights, luckily. I definitely had fights planned, which have all been cancelled. Training during COVID was interesting. Obviously, I was in a moon boot. So New Zealand went into lockdown at the end of March, and we were basically confined to our house until I think the end of May, so about 9 weeks. And during that time, we were allowed to go out for walks and exercise nearby to our house, which was a real saviour because I was working full-time at home, and then being able to like physically leave the property and go for a walk or try and go for a run was a really nice mental break. But I did set up a gym downstairs and tried to do some strength work and stuff like that. But it was all very relaxed because I was still in this moon boot.
Yeah. You mentioned cats. Where did that come from? The fascination or the like for cats? Was it because of the agility, boxing wise, or?
No. I didn't grow up with cats, so I wasn't really that fond of them. But a friend of mine got a kitten when I was in my early 20s, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm an adult now. I can get a pet if I want one. And I wanted something a bit different because that's just who I am. And I ended up getting a Sphinx cat. And I got him Pierre when I was 24, I think. And unfortunately, we lost him in August this year through heart failure. But during that time, I also brought home 3 other cats. So we've got 3 girls in the house at the moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Any other habits you picked up during COVID? Or during the pandemic, during lockdown? Any habits or skills, whatever?
Probably not good habits. I drank a lot of wine.
Okay.
It was the first time that COVID was the first time that I'd had in about 5 years where I didn't have a focus on boxing.
It was different. Yeah.
I'd spent a huge amount of my life at the gym, eating broccoli and chicken, being really cautious about my weight. And I think when I injured myself in February, I was at that point where I was so tired that I just really needed a break from just boxing, just not doing it. So during COVID, I was really relaxed with making sure that I wasn't overtraining, and if I wanted to eat something, I ate it. And yeah, I drank a lot of wine, which I really, really enjoy wine. And I think coming out of COVID's been really interesting because I've kind of been trying to reset my brain a little bit. When I do eventually go professional, I really want to be in the best physical shape I could possibly be in. And I think being in good physical shape needs a good mental base.
It does.
And so coming out of COVID and having a really lovely complete separation from the fight camps that I've been doing for the last 5 years, I've been trying to reset my relationship with food, especially with food, and making sure that when I'm eating really good quality food that's going to fuel my body and help me train harder. And I ended up working with a bodybuilding nutritionist who I'm still working with at the moment, and it's been amazing. Like I feel like now I've got a really good understanding of what I can eat that's going to not affect my weight or help me reduce weight and help me build muscle.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So remember I told you about the Who's On quiz?
Yes.
This is it. No wrong
answers.
Just pick one, yeah? So
okay.
The first one. A ski trip or a camping trip?
Oh, probably a camping trip.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've never been skiing.
Yeah, you're definitely from the Southern Hemisphere. I'm with you. Writing, reading, or watching?
Oh. I do love a good watch. Yeah, I'd have to say watching.
Watching.
Yeah.
Mountains or seas? Like the oceans?
Seas.
Easy. Friends or family?
Family.
You spend most of your time with your family?
No. Spend a lot of time with friends, but they become your family.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Hands or legs?
Oh. Hands.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Boxer without feet?
Yeah, box with no feet, that's tough.
Yes.
A lot of the power comes from the legs. Yeah, but
the hands
I figure if I didn't have legs, I could still punch, right?
Yeah, you could, yeah, suppose, yeah. Photos or videos?
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one, most important one. New Zealand is home, family and friends. Or France, Paris.
Oh, that's a tough one. New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Interesting. I actually thought you'd say Paris from the intro that you. Wow, interesting.
Yeah. Well, if I think about where I am right now, I'm very happy. You know, New Zealand's a great little country, but
It is.
you know, Paris has some great food.
I suppose during the pandemic, everyone's priorities have kind of been shifted a bit. So family has become very important to your health, things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. How did South Africa deal with the pandemic?
We had quite a bit of a serious lockdown for a few months, for about 2.5 months was like proper lockdown, no going in, no going out, but from essential workers. But once it started getting warmer, the restrictions were eased more and more, but it's still there. It's not the same, obviously, but there's a lot of precautions and masks and social distancing and all of that. Still curfew from midnight to about 4 a.m. now. But
Right.
yeah, the country's been opened up to travelers now. Everyone can come, but of course with precautions and all of that. But we're getting better,
Wow.
Yeah. It's better.
Bring on the vaccine.
Dude. You for it?
Yes.
Yeah. You're not into all of that, whatever they were talking about, conspiracy theories and all of that.
Oh, I don't have time for conspiracy theories.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, you mentioned, just to wrap it up, you mentioned future goals and plans. Do you mind sharing just a few of them, if you don't mind?
Yeah. So the end goal, and I've said this quite publicly before, is world title.
What weight class?
So I fight regularly at 62 kilos, but I'll fight anyway. I'll make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be a New Zealand title holder. Well, I will be a New Zealand title holder.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. So those are the goals. Yeah.
Well then, thank you for having us, and all of the best with the boxing and everything.
Thank you.
Are you watching the fight today? Is it Taylor Gutierrez?
Yes, and Rachel Ball from the UK, who I'm very excited about. She was supposed to be fighting Ebony Bridges, but unfortunately Ebony got injured a couple of weeks ago, so I can't remember who her stand-in is, but that'll be a very good fight as well. Really excited.
Do you think the stand-in has any chance? I mean, because of, short notice or whatever. How does it work? I mean, what do you do? The mental preparation and all of that?
I think when you get to professional level, you need to be switched on all the time.
Okay.
So I think when you're at that level, you're always ready for a fight.
Yeah.
You're always close to fight weight. You're training hard every day.
Yeah.
So I think Rachel's opponent will be definitely ready. I think it'll still be a tough fight. But it is definitely a different game when you've got 3 months to prepare for a fight versus 3 weeks. That would be stressful, but if you're confident in your training, I think you can do anything.
Would you do it? 3 week notice? Would you do it? Such a fight?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm not surprised you come across confident. Taylor Gutierrez, who are you backing, if you don't mind me asking?
I love Taylor. I'm a Taylor fangirl.
You think she's going to defend it?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's got a lot on the line on this fight. Yeah.
Listen, you've been amazing. Thank you for being our first boxer.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a good
Yeah,
chat.
thank you very much for being on. As always, we will chat and hopefully speak to you soon. Hopefully, Cape Town will be one of your favorite cities, and you will come and see us soon.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See ya.